This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Let's get right into the news. Well, Ja Rule, this is 50 Cent. Says, man, I knew my Knicks was going to lose as soon as I seen that black cat rat in the building. Talking about 50 Cent. Now, these two hate each other. It is what it is, okay? You know, it's funny. Nothing's going to happen. Ja Rule, obviously, his music career is over and he couldn't pivot into anything else. But he's still a legend, and he still did a lot of music that's timeless. Some of it is. But he did deliver a lot of good music. He's not trash, okay? What him and Irv did to 50 Cent, that had repercussions. Sometimes you can pull that off, like Jay-Z's pulled it off on certain people, just icing people out of the industry. And then sometimes you can't pull it off. In this case, they lost, okay? Now, 50 Cent is... maybe he'll react to this. He likes to react to little things like that. He pieced it up with Joe Budden at the game. He says, I don't need therapy no more. Joe Budden probably just told him, yo, leave me alone, man. Leave me alone. Anyways, we got to get to Shannon Sharpe, okay? So he makes a statement. Now, before I get into his statement, these phone calls were released of him, like, I'm not going to play the phone calls because it's like, it's out of context. The woman's like, why are you acting like that? And he's like, because you got me frustrated, da-da-da. And she says, why are you manipulating me? And he says, if you say that again, I'm going to choke you. It's a phone call. Okay, people say things on the phone, and they had a rough relationship, meaning they would have rough sex, okay? He has all the text messages to prove that. So they would talk rough with each other. Listen, if anyone were to put your relationship under a microscope with all your relationships, things that you might be okay with, some people might look at like, oh, that's crazy. That's why you don't want other people in your relationships. This is a relationship that ended. Obviously, this is why I always tell people, I don't care if you're a girl or a guy, don't viciously break up with somebody. You gotta do it peacefully. Why leave somebody feeling like they were misled? Why hurt somebody else's ego? Because then it results in things like this. I bet you Shannon Sharpe broke up with her viciously. Like, oh, no, I don't want to date you no more now. We're done. We're through. Thinking he's the tough guy. It doesn't work like that anymore. You got to be a little delicate with people. People are delicate little flowers, okay? So these phone calls were released. Then we'll get the boosted reaction at the end. Shannon Sharpe's attorney says Sharpe made an offer to his accuser of at least $10 million to close out the case before it went public. Yeah, because he has $100 million on the line right now, right? A new deal. So I would have offered some money too. Like, it'll just make this go away because you're going to ruin the $100 million deal. Spend 10 to get 90, right? Someone says they spoke with Tony Busby and Shannon Sharpe's legal team for some updates. First, I asked Tony Busby, attorney for the accuser, some questions. I asked, the case is happening because of Shannon Sharpe is reportedly in talks for a $100 million podcast deal. He answered, these Shannon Sharpe allegations are not because of the recent $100 million podcast deal. Okay, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen with his lawyer after this. Attorney Busby claims that he'd been preliminary mediation with Shannon Sharpe and his legal team since February of 2025. Busby allegations that during this mediation, it was agreed that certain information that was released in Shannon Sharpe's statement would be redacted. Tony Busby calls the inclusion of Jane Doe's name and text in Shannon Sharpe's statement an alleged attack on a young girl and alleges that the text Shannon says she sent him were sent well before the acts being claimed in her case. I asked the video blackmail Shannon Sharpe mentioned in the statement. Tony Busby answered that Shannon Sharpe lawyers were allegedly shown this video in full during mediation. Tony Busby alleges that Shannon Sharpe allegedly denied to view the video and offered a settlement in exchange that the victim declined. Well, you're not going to get $50 million. No. And if there was I'm going to tell you something. If there was a real crime here, she would have gone to the cops. Tony Busby is an ambulance chaser lawyer, right? So he did this with Jay-Z, got shut down, and now Jay-Z's working at discrediting him and trying to get him disbarred. Jay-Z's going to now team up with Shannon Sharpe and Diddy, and they're going to probably hire a lawyer to go after Busby. And that's what's going to happen because this guy is running through the industry trying to get people to settle. That's what's going on here. It's an ambulance chasing lawyer. Boosie says she heard she was about to get that 100. He was about to get that 100 million. I'm sick of these girls, and they be knowing they could probably get a couple million to make it go away. Y'all making it so bad for women and men. Successful men be scared to talk to women. I'm sick of y'all girls taking this route to get money. Go to San Francisco, meet some tech guys, and sell your PUSSY and get rich, bird brain. It's true. They're ruining relationships. You know, guys will be scared to talk to women and get involved. I'm just glad I'm married. I'll just tell you that much. I'm just glad I'm married. So I don't have $100 million, but just losing something you work so hard for is the worst. Okay, let's play Shannon Sharpe's statement. Oh wait, I hold on. I had it saved at a better place. Let me play it from here. And you know, I think he's gonna lose that $100 million deal though. And then there's damages if she can't prove this. So she's setting herself up. That she didn't consider that. Did she?
Friends, supporters, and colleagues.
Where is it?
I'm gonna fucking choke the shit out of you when I see you.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down.
I'm gonna fucking choke the shit out of you when I see you.
To my career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks. My career.
All right, so we'll see how that goes. Also, Lil Uzi Vert was getting medical treatment in NYC. Paramedics responded to EMS call Monday afternoon for a sick person in a hotel room. And JT was there, so hopefully he pulls through. I think it'll be fine. People do get sick. Probably has the flu. That is going around. Anyways, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. Smash that like button. I will check you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys are having a great day.